Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. Nice change of scenery since my last speech. Today, I am here to talk about Robert Smalls, an American unsung hero during the Civil War and during the Reconstruction era. My main target and my main point is to give you guys an idea of who Robert Smalls was during the late 1800s and how he shaped this country for the better, more specifically for African Americans and for overall the people. Robert Smalls was born on April 5th, 1839 in Beaufort, South Carolina. And as you can assume, right then and there, he was born a slave. But I would like to first talk about his canon event, the main accomplishment that changed his life for the better. He decided to commandeer a Confederate heavy ship like a pirate, like a badass, known as the CSS Planter. While the captain and his two crewmates walked off deck, he snuck into the ship and commandeered it to try to escape Confederate territory. But along the way, he picked up 17 passengers, African American men, women, and children, to become free men, free people. But it wasn't that easy. He had to pass through Confederate checkpoints to make sure he was the real deal. So he had the idea to pose, to pretend to be a Confederate captain and pretend that he was harboring captives, the passengers. But how he did it is quite awesome. He passed through, posed. They thought he was the real deal and let him through. He successfully passed through Confederate territory. As soon as he did, he raised up a white flag, surrendered himself, the ship, and the passengers to the Union Navy. His story spread like crazy through the Union in the north and through the Confederacy in the south. So he decided to join the Navy and to help the Union in their cause. But he needed a ship. So the Navy and Robert Smalls refitted the CSS Planter into the USS Planter. So his job through the rest of the war was to navigate Confederate waters and to find a weak point to destroy the Confederacy. And he successfully did, and he was the highest paid black pilot for the Union. And to make more history, he was the first black Navy pilot to ever be enlisted in the Navy. After the war, he, like a badass, decided to buy his former master's house and to buy his family so that they can be free. But he wanted to help more. He wanted to pursue more in helping his people. So for 14 years he was part of the US House of Representatives, working as a Republican politician in order to make lives of African Americans much easier. One thing he did was to try to persuade the people in giving African Americans a voice and the power to vote, which he successfully did. Plus, he helped to pass a bill to try to integrate black men and white men to work together in the same unit, in the same company, for the Army and for the Navy. So he made some powerful things to make this country into what it is in today's time. Unfortunately, he passed away on February 23 of 1915 through the malaria and diabetes. Although he's known in South Carolina and in his hometown of Beaufort, the whole country does not know who this person is. Um, he, uh, his contributions were known, but no one knew the who the person was. I hoped I gave you guys some sort of information and an introduction to Robert Smalls. There were some. It was difficult to find some articles about this person, but there were some that talked about his main accomplishments and his contributions. And I hope if you have the time to skim through some articles, through some websites, and to learn about who Robert Smalls is. Thank you.